I never thought returning to my childhood home in Phoenix would mean being told I didn't exist. The desert wind swept across the porch where I'd once carved pumpkins with Dad, where Christmas lights dangled every December, and where Mom once took a picture of me, first day of middle school, beaming behind the lens. Now, my father stood in that same doorway, eyes blank, voice clipped. "Lena," he said, "we don't have a daughter. Leave now, or I'm calling the police." Callie, my younger sister, leaned against the doorframe behind him, arms folded, a smug grin playing on her lips. I caught the glint of keys in her pocket, my old studio room. She used to envy everything about me, my degree, my job, my relationship with our parents. At 35, I lived in downtown Chicago, managing strategic acquisitions for a Fortune 100 company. I sent money every month, $3,500 for their mortgage, $2,000 for bills, $1,000 for Callie's car and loans, and $50,000 out of pocket for Mom's surgery last spring. "Dad," I said quietly, "Mom told me she was making her green chili stuffing. We just spoke." His expression didn't flicker. "You're mistaken. We only have one daughter. Callie, please leave." Then the door closed. I watched their shadows fade behind the stained glass, back to the dinner I'd helped fund, at a table I wasn't invited to. The banking app on my phone glowed softly in my palm. My thumb hovered over cancel transfers. "Miss Walker?" Mrs. Garcia, our neighbor for over 20 years, stood at the edge of the yard, concern lining her face. "Everything okay?" I forced a smile. "Just a misunderstanding." She frowned. "Strange. Your mom told me this morning they were heading to Callie's new cabin for Thanksgiving. Said it'd be just the three of them, a proper family holiday." The cabin. The same one Callie claimed she bought herself from her admin job. The same Callie who begged me in September to cover her rent and dental work. I opened the joint bank account I'd helped manage since last year. A string of withdrawals lined the ledger, tens of thousands, each aligned perfectly with the cabin's purchase date. They used my money to buy Callie a vacation home, then erased me like I was never there. I pressed cancel transfers, every future payment gone. "Thank you, Mrs. Garcia," I said, voice steady now. "More than you know." Back in my car, the organic turkey I'd brought cooled in its foil. My phone buzzed. From Callie. "Too late to cancel. They already pulled next month's cash. Enjoy your sad little dinner." "Oh wait, you're not family anymore." I didn't reply. Instead, I drove straight to my firm's regional office, quiet, half-lit. I logged in, opened the files. Bank records, financial reports, every account I had access to. What I found made my skin crawl. Luxury purchases, hidden wire transfers, money buried in shell accounts and foreign banks. This wasn't carelessness. This was calculated, fraudulent. And as a licensed fiduciary, I had a duty to act, no exceptions. I picked up the office phone and dialed a number I'd saved for emergencies. "This is Lena Walker," I said, "Senior Acquisitions Manager at Kessler Worth. I'm reporting suspected financial fraud and possible money laundering." I answered every question, including the one that made my chest tighten. The individuals involved are my immediate family. When I hung up, another notification lit up my phone, a group chat I didn't recognize. Photos filled the screen. Callie with a wine glass. My parents at the head of the table. Mom's green chili stuffing. The same table I wasn't welcome at. Perfect family dinner. Just us. No leeches allowed. I leaned back in the chair, city lights sparkling beyond the windows. They thought I'd crumble, that I'd stay silent. They were wrong. I sent 3 emails, to my attorney, to a forensic analyst, and to a real estate agent. The penthouse was going up for sale. I didn't need luxury anymore, especially not for people who used it as a weapon. Then another text appeared, from an unknown number. "Lena, it's Mrs. Garcia. My porch cam caught them after you left. They were laughing, bragging. I recorded everything." For the first time all day, I smiled. "Thank you, Mrs. Garcia. I'll need every second of it." Tomorrow, I remind them exactly who I am. Their daughter. Their sister. And now, their reckoning. She'll come crawling back. Mom snapped, her voice laced with scorn. She always does. Throwing money at us just makes her feel important. But we got what we wanted. The cabin's ours now, Dad added. Smug. And thanks to my son's offshore genius, she'll never trace the rest. I paused the recording, the audio still echoing in my head. Across the desk, James Morrison, my forensic accountant, looked up, face tight. They gave us everything, he said. Intent, collusion, money laundering. This isn't just betrayal anymore, Lena. It's a criminal enterprise. I slid a binder across the table. All the transfers, withdrawals, real estate records. I want to know how deep this runs. Hours passed. James pored over the documents, his frown deepening with every flagged transaction. Finally, he sat back. Your sister isn't just burning through your money. She's using that solar company as a front, funneling illegal funds. Your parents' accounts? They're the rinse cycle. Your deposits made the inflows look clean. I swallowed. How much? He circled numbers in red. North of $2. $5 million. This year alone. The cabin? Just a distraction. Every guilt trip. Every sob story about medical bills? Bait. What's our next move? The feds are already looped in, but if we want a watertight case, we move now, before they start covering tracks. I showed him Marcus's latest message. Thanks for cutting us off. Mom's crying over her meds. Hope you're happy being cold-blooded. They still think I'm blind, I said. James nodded. That's your edge. But get ready, Lena. When this goes public, it's going to be war. I thought of Dad's flat denial, Mom's rehearsed cruelty, Callie's smug triumph like she'd finally toppled her rival. It's already a war, I replied. Now it's just going to be honest. The next morning, I met with my attorney, Sarah Chinma, in her Michigan Avenue office, renowned for tearing apart white-collar fraud cases and rebuilding them into convictions. She was the exact weapon I needed. You did everything right, she said, flipping through the documents. Clean trail, time-stamped, consistent narrative. She paused, eyes narrowing slightly. The challenge? Your name's on a few of those joint accounts. We'll need a clear legal boundary. I pulled up archived emails and texts. Every time they asked for money, they gave specific lies, bills, insurance gaps, medical needs. I documented everything. Sarah nodded. Helpful. We'll also need character witnesses. Mrs. Garcia's agreed to testify, and my entire team at Kesslerworth can speak to my integrity. She jotted notes quickly. Now, about Callie's so-called company. Our audit confirms, it's a shell. There's one name connected often, Vincent Rossi. I stilled. I've heard that name. Callie said he was a silent investor. Sarah's face changed. Vincent Rossi is connected to organized crime. If he's involved, this is bigger than fraud. The air chilled. What now? We go to the FBI. Today. By evening, I was seated across from two federal agents, laying out the entire picture, recordings, transfers, property records. Agent Torres leaned forward, hands clasped. This is bigger than a family scheme. You did the right thing coming to us. Now, no contact with them, no responses. Let us work. Back at my apartment, my phone buzzed. A photo, my parents and Callie at Vincenzo's, a high-end restaurant, captioned, "Dinner at Vincenzo's. Only real family deserves the best." The restaurant was owned by Vincent Rossi. I stared, jaw clenched, then forwarded the image to Agent Torres and blocked the number. Let them think I was shattered. Let them enjoy the illusion of victory. The investigation was already tightening around them. Then Mrs. Garcia called. Lena, honey, your sister just showed up. She was angry, demanding your new address. Said you needed to be taught a lesson in loyalty. I thanked her, then called Agent Torres. Within the hour, I had federal protection. They're spiraling, he told me. Fraudsters lash out when the walls close in. You're doing the right thing. Stay sharp. That night, I lay in bed, scrolling through old photos, birthdays, holidays, family cookouts, smiles that now felt choreographed, hollow. I stared a while. Then deleted every one. The past was done. The future demanded clarity. Then came a message from James. Big find in the offshore transfers, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Might be our smoking gun. I set my alarm. James's office was quiet the next morning. Charts glowed across his monitors. A tangled web of transactions, money flowing, hiding, resurfacing. You might want to sit, he said, clicking through. Callie's fake solar company was a hub for a luxury vehicle export scam. The funds, laundered through inflated exports, washed through insurance claims, legitimized through my parents' accounts. Estimated, $15 million. Over 2 years. And then, something worse. There's more, Lena. Something personal. He slid a file toward me. A trust agreement. Your grandmother's inheritance, the one your parents claimed went to Callie because of dying wishes, it was always meant for you. My hands shook. But, they showed me a will, said Grandma Helen thought Callie needed it more. James shook his head. They forged it. We recovered the original and cloud backups. She named you sole heir, even left a letter explaining why. My chest tightened like a vice, years of trust, shattered in a single breath. Then my phone buzzed. Mrs. Walker, this is Agent Torres. We're moving in today. The evidence is overwhelming. We believe your family is preparing to flee the country. Stay clear of all associated locations. As if on cue, my work phone buzzed. Security desk. Mrs. Walker, your sister Callie is in the lobby. She's demanding to see you. Absolutely not, I said, voice steady. If she returns, contact this number immediately. I forwarded Agent Torres' direct line. The next few hours passed in James' office, watching alerts roll in like dominoes falling. The FBI raided the dealership. Then the lake house. Their home. 3 other properties I hadn't even known existed. At 2:47 p.m. My phone lit up. Breaking, FBI raids luxury car dealership. Key figures arrested in $150 million fraud ring. The flood of texts came fast. Mom, how could you do this to us? Dad, you betrayed your blood. Callie, you'll regret this. Lena, watch your back. I forwarded each one to Torres. Then, Mrs. Garcia sent a message, a video. Thought you should see this, she wrote. They broke into your old room before the FBI got there, looking for something under the floorboards. I pressed play. There they were, Mom, Dad, Callie, scrambling, desperate, yanking up wood slats. They didn't know I'd moved the documents years ago. Not under the floor. To the hidden closet compartment only I knew existed. And last time I'd visited, I left a recorder there. I texted Torres, old closet, candle, back right corner, might be something useful. An hour later, she called. We found it, audio files, everything, fraud details, forged will, even a plan to frame you if things went bad. I stood at my Brooklyn office window, city lights behind me. In the glass, I didn't see the woman who sent monthly support, no questions asked. That version of me was gone. Then came another call from the front desk. Miss Walker, a Mrs. Patricia Walker is here. She's in tears, asking to see her daughter. I didn't blink. Tell her I don't have a mother, and please show her out. That night, Sarah called. The feds froze everything, the lake house, the shell properties. Marcus is looking at serious time. Your parents are negotiating, offering to flip on Rossi. I gave a dry laugh. Let me guess, they think I'll defend them. Sarah didn't miss a beat. Funny thing, claiming you're not their daughter kind of undercuts that now. Alone in my apartment, I opened Grandma Helen's hidden letter. I chose you, Lena, because you have what your brother never will, integrity. Then my phone buzzed. Agent Torres. Rossi turned on your brother. It's over. I smiled. No, I said quietly. It's just beginning. 6 months later. A Manhattan federal courthouse. I sat in the front row as my family entered guilty pleas. Marcus, orange jumpsuit, shackled, refused to look at me. Mom clutched a tissue, still pretending to be the grieving matriarch. Dad stared ahead, stony. Charges echoed through the courtroom. Money laundering, insurance fraud, forgery, conspiracy. Then the sentence. Given the scale of the fraud and their lack of remorse, I'm imposing the maximum penalties. Marcus Walker, 15 years. Robert and Patricia Walker, 8 years each. No tears. No joy. Just the final page of a closed chapter. Outside, reporters swarmed. Ms. Walker, how does it feel to send your family to prison? I didn't flinch. They made that choice the day they said I wasn't their daughter. I just made it official. That evening, Mrs. Garcia and I had dinner in my Brooklyn apartment. The house sold, she said. Sweet family. They're turning your old room into a nursery. I smiled. Good. That place deserves honest memories now. Earlier that day, I'd received my promotion, executive director, London office. Before dinner, I'd left white roses at Grandma Helen's grave. You were right, I whispered. They never saw me coming. They raised me to be strong, smart, independent. They just never thought I'd use it against them. Their perfect plan had backfired. The morning I packed for London, a final letter arrived. My mother's handwriting. Lena. We're sorry, we know it's too late. Love. Mom. I shredded it. Some bridges deserve the fire. From my new flat overlooking the Thames, I watched the sunrise. James called. Your inheritance is fully restored, with interest. Also, Marcus tried to frame you using your credentials. I nodded. Then I stopped them just in time. Sometimes, no family is better than the wrong one. And now, I was finally free. If you've ever been betrayed by the people you trusted most, you know how hard it is to rise. I did. And I'm still standing. Drop a comment. What would you have done in my place? What would you say to someone like me? If I've learned anything from this, it's this. Walking away isn't weakness, it's power. Choose truth. Choose peace. And always, choose yourself. Don't forget to subscribe for more.